Hey guys, this is Satish here. Welcome to my new video, which is paper 6 video for the intermediate, that is for the laws and ethics subject. Yeah, so many people will feel difficulty in this law subject, considering they worry that there is a Bear Act. How do I remember the Bear Act? How do I remember the section? How do I remember some of the case laws? All those stuff, right? So do not worry, because there is always a smartness which you can follow in a professional examination like CMA's one. Yeah, so follow that the smartness. I would like to share some of the tips at the end of this video. So let's try to understand, let's try to analyze the syllabus which has been given by our institute for this subject, and then accordingly we will let you know what can be done in order to get good marks in this subject. Yeah, so if you ask me, I already told in many of my videos, so the law is a subject which I love to read and understand, because in law nothing is wrong until unless you prove yourself that as per this section is what I'm telling you means, that means you are right, there is nothing wrong in that. Yes, so let's see the laws and ethics which is there for the intermediate paper 6. Yeah, so paper 6. So if I consider this one, perfect. So we just come to the structure of this subject. So as you already know, there's a law and ethics, and we have 4 important subsections or structures under this subject, which is the commercial laws, industrial laws, corporate law, and ethics. So ethics is very important and the easiest to get, guys. So if you write whatever it is, in the worst case getting 7 marks is not at all a difficult task as per my experience, because as I already told, ethics, whenever you're writing, you need to write the current situations or issues or any of the things related to ethics or a complaints. You can write those things in this subject to get an additional or an extra marks to your answers. Yeah, so coming to the commercial laws, so we had 30% given to this one, that is 30 marks. So out of this, in the worst case, 20 marks can be earned, provided you give importance to the basics. Very important. And in the industrial laws, some people might feel difficult, 25%, but however I'm taking 15 marks in this category. And coming to the corporate law, which is carrying 35%, so in the worst case I'm taking 25 marks. And if you put together 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 60, around, I'm just taking 70 roughly, or I will take 60 to 70 just to make you happy, because 70 means you'll tell Satish sir I'll get an exemption, so why to worry about this video. So I'll just take a rough estimate, 60 to 70%, or the 60 to 70 marks can be easily earned, provided you give importance to the stuff what is required for the examiner. Yeah, okay. So by the way, also have I'm prepared a video on how to write the law subject, so very important, guys. So ensure you watch that video without fail. Yeah, so this paper written examination, sorry, I did a mistake. Yeah, okay, so this is a written paper for 3 hours. So remember, this is the important thing which you need to remember. For 3 hours is a paper, and within 3 hours you should be able to manage the entire stuff whatever is given in the question paper. Yeah, so this is required objectivity is to ensure that the people, the aspiring students or aspiring CMS are understanding the important laws in the Indian context, business entity which is required to follow some of the laws, and also some of the knowledge required and compliance and principles of corporate, which is also required for the person to know uh, who is planning, who is aspiring to become a professional. Yeah, okay, so coming to the learning aims, we also as already know that you need to know the fundamentals, very important, related to the law, and which is important for a business entity. So this is also required for a corporate governance and the implementation of the and report complaints. Yeah, ability to implement and report complaints part. Yeah, so you also need to know the very important in the current situation, current scenario. If you see, we see professionals, but we don't see the ethical professionals. That's very important, which we are losing day by day. So that is the reason institute has kept this as one of the important point under the paper 6 subject, which is your laws and compliance. Yeah, so you need to ensure that you are aware of the ethical values and you are able to understand and implement in your professional life. Okay, so when we deep dive into the syllabus, we have the commercial law, which includes the contract, laws of contracts, which is the advanced level. Previously you might have read the basic level. So you need to know the Sales of Goods Act. Again, at the advanced level, we also have the Negotiable Instrument Act at the advanced level. So you might have studied this in the foundation level at the fundamental way, that is very basic things, but here it carries 30% with the advanced level of knowledge which will be tested here. So you also have the Indian Partnership Act, you also have the Limited Liability Partnership Act. So you need to remember that you give importance to this subject because this carries the highest marks in commercial laws. Yeah. And coming to the, okay, so how much marks you can get? I'm taking just to do another way of analysis. First part I did one analysis. Here you can try to do a different analysis. This you might have already studied, you can expect 15 marks. So this you might be confused here and there, but I'm taking 5 marks here. Yeah. So industrial laws, you have 25%, that is 25 marks given to this subject, I mean this topic. So under industrial laws you have the Factories Act, Gratuity, Employees, that is PF Act, ESI Act, Bonus Act, Wages Act, Payment Wages Minimum, I mean Payment of Wages Act, and the Minimum Wages Act. So this basics is very important, guys. You might think, Satish, can I get 25%, 25 marks here? Absolutely yes, but provided you know the basics, very important. They'll ask what is the minimum wages to be paid for a female, what is the minimum, I mean women workers, what is the minimum bonus to be paid, and what is the rules for ESI, for a company to enroll its employee for an ESI under ESI Act. So it shows what are the contribution, who are the contributions to the PF. So it asks what is the gratuity period. So it also might ask about the rules and regulation with regards to Factories Act, how many employees should be set up in one place, what is the dimension should be given for a particular area to work. All those basic things, very basic things are there in this rules, guys. As per my this thing, it is a little tricky and confusing subject if you ask me, topics if you ask me, but however if you prepare well, you should be revising again and again. So if in case if you're making note of all this kind of short notes, it becomes very easier for you to prepare during your revision time. Yeah. So I would take 20 marks, guys, so which is a maximum is what I am taking to be on a safer side for you guys to make comfort. See, 25% looks very big number, so I'm trying to take 15 to 20%, 20 marks in this category. Yeah. So coming to the corporate law, you will be studying the Companies Act 2013. Previously we had Companies Act 1956, right? Yeah, so 1956. So now we have Companies Act 2013, which carries the 35%. But however, I suggest you to give more importance to this one because you will also have one of the subjects in your final, which is corporate laws and compliance. I think you will have most of the things related to the Companies Act. So give more importance to this one so that it becomes easier for you to get good marks in your final level, that is paper 13, I guess. Yeah. So you have ethics, business ethics, I already mentioned. So business ethics, you also can concentrate 7 marks can be scored good in this, but in this I expect you guys to score at least 30 in this one. I will not be happy if in case if you score less than 30 in this Companies Act. So score more so that I'll be happy if I hear that you guys have got good marks in your Companies Act. Yeah, perfect. So hope we did a deep analysis in this one. So going forward, we are going to talk about the each subtopic what we have in this commercial laws. Already mentioned Indian Contract Act. We'll be talking voidable, consideration, e-contract, and contingent, bailment, pledges. All those things we'll be talking in the Indian Contract Act. Remember, this is at advanced level. Yeah. So you also have the Sales of Goods Act, which is 1913. We'll be talking the conditions, warranties, performance, rights of unpaid vendor, auction sales. Again at a advanced level. Yeah. So having said that, you will be also discussing, you will be also studying about the Negotiable Instrument Act, again at the advanced level. Indian Partnership Act, we'll be talking about rights, liabilities of partners, formation, reconstruction, reconstitution, dissolution of the firms. With regards to the partnership, we'll be discussing. We also will be discussing about the Limited Liability Partnership Act, so which is a next version of this one I would say. So concept, formation, membership, functionality, along with the resolution will be discussing with regards to the partnership. Yeah. So having said that, okay, so you have very interesting, I already mentioned, confusing topic, so which carries 25 marks, industrial loss, and you need to know the factor is gratuity, provident fund, ESI, bonus, wages, minimum wages, and the normal wages also should be understood thoroughly. Yeah, coming to the corporate law, beautifully designed, so 35 marks. So remember, you need to get 30 marks. Yes, when I'll be very much happy. Yeah, so we'll be talking about companies types, formation, promotion, procedure section from 1 to 122 of the Companies Act 2013. Yeah, you just have just 122 section doesn't matter, don't worry, just remember you should be knowing the topic, very important. Yeah, so you also will be talking with regards to the director's roles, responsibilities, his or her qualification, disqualification, appointment, retirement, resignation, removal, very important, along with the remuneration powers of the director. You also need to remember this point, that is your sorry. Okay, let me take this small one. Yeah, so you also should be knowing the director's identification number, and there might be a steps which will be applicable how to apply for a director identification number. That also you can refer that, which is available in the net itself. Yeah, so when it comes to the section D, it carries 10 marks, not just 10 marks, 10 marks, easy to get here. So you'll be knowing the importance of the ethics, why you need to follow, values, attitudes, and professional accountant, very important. We get professional accountant, but we don't get an ethical professional accountant, very important. So 7 principles which you already discussed in our foundation level. Also you should be knowing all those things with the ethics in the business. So I would suggest write the live examples which is happening in the current situation, might be an Infosys case, Yes Bank case, something like that you can write, so that will add a lot of weightage for your answer, and chances that an examiner will give good marks to you. So in case if I'm an examiner, if I see this kind of answer, for sure I'll try to give them a good and a quality numbers to, I mean quality marks to their answers, because they are giving quality to me, I should be giving a quality marks to them. Yeah, so coming to the number of pages, so as already told, for this also number of pages might not applicable because of the topics or the subtopic which you need to apply thoroughly without wasting the number of pages. So in case if you understood one topic, do not worry, just keep moving, and you should be a little fast and try to apply all those things to your personal life, so that it becomes easier for you to understand the law. Yeah, perfect. So Satish sir, you told all these things, so is there any tips for me? Yeah, perfect. I do have a lot of tips for you guys, because as I already mentioned, I feel very happy to talk about this loss, and also I have a lot of topics, I mean tips for you guys, so which is under the key points. Yeah, okay, so key points are listed here for the paper 6, which is intermediate laws and ethics subject. Yeah, so how to read, so remember this key points, you need to remember, you need to read 3 times, very important. Read initially as a story, just keep reading, do not worry whether you're understanding or not. Then relate again to your real life, and try to narrate that. This will fetch you good marks and you are happy to go, because law cannot be understood at one shot, so you should practice and practice and practice. So that's the reason I told you need to read that or study that 3 times. First as a story, next as a relating to your personal life, and then narrating as per your words and actions. Based on your actions, you might tell this person will become a disqualified as a director if in case if it has a below thing, something like that you can answer. So that is depends on individuals. Okay, how you narrate is simple. How you narrate a story to a kid, so similar way you need to narrate that to your examiner through your answer script. Simple. Yeah, okay, so you should also know the theory and relate to your personal life. I already told, right? So theory concept you should be understanding properly and relate something to your personal life. So I'll just give an example. So you'll be wondering what is consideration. So you can try to have a kind of discussion with one of your close friend, telling, okay, consideration is something which is given as per this is something a law whatever tells. So when if you do this kind of situations or relating to your personal life, right, as soon as you get that word consideration, your friend with whom you spoke will come to your mind, and as soon as he or she comes to your mind, it will become easier for you to uh, write those things, those meaning of consideration in the answer script. So that is the important clue which I'm giving to you guys. Relate the law to your personal life. Yeah. Know the latest important updates about the laws and the case laws. Very, very important. Institute releases for every examination attempt and notification. You just need to remember those things and keep visiting the ICMI portal. Even I'll be sharing those things in my videos, but however, I would suggest you also to take initiative and see what's happening in the ICMA portal. Yeah, that is a website. So you need to write the standardized format. As I already told, I already made a video on how to write the law paper. You can watch that video. I'll try to add that link to this video also. Okay, so you also have one of the important point which I feel, which I wanted you also to know it, because in law nothing is right or nothing is wrong until unless you prove that this is what is the right one. Because you might be seeing many of the criminals, even though they have done a crime, there might be no proper clue, the eyewitness, or they might be not so strong in the evidences what they provide to the court of law. So that time the case will become dummy, and finding the lot of loopholes in the law, the person who is a culprit will come out of the jail and he'll be enjoying. So that is the importance of law, right? So nothing is right, nothing is wrong until unless you prove with the evidence, you prove with the sections of any of the act, you prove with many of the case laws whichever has happened in the past. Perfect. Okay, and do not quote sections. Remember, if in case if you're not quoting the section, it is not a crime. But if you quote wrong section, it is very, very important, and you will be penalized severely. So you might be wondering, Satish sir, how do I write in case if I don't write the section number, don't you think I'll lose my marks? No, completely no. In case if you are not remembering section, no worries, chill and relax. You are an happy person, because you have a format to be followed in case if you don't remember the section. I already told in one of my previous video also. In case if you don't remember the section of any of the act, don't worry, but I would suggest you try to remember at least which act you are talking about, okay, in your answer. So in case if you get a question with regards to Companies Act, let's say they'll ask, please write the rules or the regulation with regards to removal of a director, something like that. You can start your answer something like this: as per the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, a director will become disqualified if in case if it does the below action, something like that. You can start, and then you can begin your writing your answer, so that becomes a beautiful answer for you. Yeah, perfect. Hope you understood. Okay, note down the keywords in a book helpful during your revision. I already told in the first point, right? So in case if you're studying, you can try to note some of the keywords in the or from your textbook or your study material, and try to note down jot down in some of your small notebook, which will become a very, very important thing for your revisionary time. Because during revisionary you cannot keep going and studying the entire textbook again and again. That becomes a complicated work for us. Yeah, because the smartness is what matters during your examination. Okay, so this people might talk something, but I always feel knowledge, you should not worry from where it's coming. You just need to worry about the knowledge. You should be greedy to learn the knowledge. You should be greedy to learn new things. That is what I follow. So you can try to refer ICAI's CA practice manual for this subject. Also, our institute ICMA also released workbook, which also can be referred for this subject. Very, very important. Yeah. Okay, so refer the Bare Act when required, because textbook if you refer, you will have only the Bare Act. Bare Act will not fetch you good results. So try to take some reference book, and based on that reference, any reference book whichever you feel comfortable, and based on those things you can study your law paper. Yeah, so 45 days is more sufficient, guys, as per my experience. But in case if you're working professional means it might require more time, but however, plan based on your strength, weakness, plan based on your convenient, whichever is possible for you guys. Yeah, so supplementary note issued by institute, very, very important. I already mentioned in one of the latest update, right? So I also need to know, is there any supplementary notes where institute has told this case is not applicable, this topic is not applicable, all those things should be clearly understood through the supplementary notes. Yeah, so RTP, PTP, MTP is a must. Remember, mock test, 2 mock test and 2 revisionary paper is required. Yeah, perfect. So I think video might have become lengthy, so I try to give maximum information and the tricks for you guys. So follow the same thing. If in case of some background noise, please bear with me. And yeah, so in case if you like the video, hit the thumbs up and support my initiative by hitting the subscription button, and do share with your friends. Sharing is caring. Okay, so this is Satish. Let's meet with the paper 7, which is for the intermediate again. And until then, see you. Check as Satish signing off. Bye bye.